Lock in, mask up, game on, let's go. Minnesota Airsoft Association, call your hits, feel the elevation. Hey. Snow or sun, we're running every nation. Minnesota Airsoft Association. From the woods to the warehouse doors, green gas clouds and scattered mags on the floor. Friends then foes, the second the horn blows, we rush, reload, that's how the story goes. Minnesota Airsoft Association, call your hits, feel the elevation. Oh yeah, squad up strong, this is dedication. Minnesota Airsoft Association.
We're live.
Are we live?
We are live.
Good. We're going live.
Well, that's because it's delayed. It's delayed.
Good evening, Airsofters. Welcome to our live stream. It is April 15th, 2026. We have our friend David from Project Echo Airsoft. He's getting hi.
What's up?
We have Cobra Alex, who wasn't even waiting for an introduction. He's just so excited. And our guest tonight, he has been waiting all week. And we have our friend Thomas, who will be joining us for several things this evening, talking about both Blacklist at Mir and then doing some information about the Fallout event this weekend at Big Lake. And I am Gabe from the Minnesota Airsoft Association. We hope you all are doing well. Spring is here. We had nice weather and we had crappy cold weather followed by a torrential rainstorm. The southern half of the state got huge ice or hailstorms. Then today it's 60 and this weekend it's going to be 40 again. So spring is really here, but that's good because that means that the outdoor season has begun. Truly begun. We're going to do a recap on what happened. It does look like Thomas. It's Thomas. Thomas is here. Thomas.
This guy's Thomas.
Yep.
He's the guy you don't know. Yeah.
No, nobody knows me.
Well, they're gonna know you now. Too late now, Thomas.
I'm gonna be YouTube
genie's out of the bottle. Yeah, that's now you can enjoy the fame that Alex, David, and I do when we go out in public.
They're like, I know you. I had that a couple times.
I know you, David.
I had that a couple times.
At Champion Valley, I was con guy. Oh, you're con guy. I was like, okay, good. I'm con guy.
Yeah, I was surprised I was recognized at Blacklist at some of the things too last weekend. So
before we start into the recap, like I actually think this is valuable, right? Like, and it's not about fame, but it's about people who are doing things in the community, maybe starting to get a little more identification. Maybe giving a voice to people who didn't have a voice previously. Like, so Thomas is here. We're going to talk about Fallout. Thomas is running other games this year. We're going to have him in. We're going to have other game organizers in as the season goes on. So hopefully what this does is doesn't make everyone so mysterious. Like Alex likes to be on a pedestal. He likes to be treated like the special princess that he is. But everybody else, we're just regular Joes.
It never happens, though.
Not when you make the kind of video, not the kind of making the kind of videos you usually make.
My videos are fine. I just don't get it.
It's mostly the sympathy.
Brought us another 28,000 view video. Come on,
yeah.
Alex, you're slacking.
Yeah, you need to shoot something good here, sir. We'll do something. We'll do something stupid at Stonebreaker. I'll blow you up with a flashbang again.
We got to get it on camera.
We do. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to bring a gun cam this time, so we'll see. Well, let's start, guys. we do want to keep some kind of structure today. We can have funsies later, but what we have been trying to do, David and I have really been trying to do, and Alex as he can. Alex is traveling a lot for work right now, so it's harder for him to make content. But we've been trying to keep the community updated. David did a weekly update, a weekend update a couple weeks ago. I've made the last 2 weeks, but we're going to go back and forth and do that as we can. Maybe Alex will give his own special style to a couple. So it's not just us doing it, but we want to do these weekly updates so that you guys know what's coming, what's happening in the community. Again, we're going to do these organizer interviews every once in a while so people can know. 6 Mil Mando, who was a major part in running the Galactic Civil War event. He'd love to do an after-action report. So David, here's me letting you know that we'll probably do a after-action report with 6 Mil Mando. But because people are interested, they want to hear about things more. So hopefully you're finding our videos and this content useful. And let's start talking about recap for last weekend, which was April 11th and 12th. I'll just say, if anybody, and I'm kind of looking at the commenters or people who are here, Twin Cities Airsoft had their Holy Grail of high intensity weekend. None of us made it to that because we were all at other events or out of state, Alex. So we don't know how that went, but if you want to chime in, if anybody wants to chime in and say if you went to the high intensity Holy Grail event at Twin Cities Airsoft, let us know how that went. What I saw online on Facebook, people seem to have a good time. I don't really know what the game mode was or the theory of the game, but I did see a lot of people went. Looks like it had a good one.
Something to do with the Holy Grail, I think.
Was it more funny Holy Grail, or was it like Monty Python Holy Grail, or
Indiana Jones one? Was that Holy Grail?
I mean, there was.
Yeah.
That was the
Oh, that was the Wood Cup. That sucked. Never mind.
It was great.
No,
You chose wisely.
Yeah.
I like that sarcophagus one where like blah, the guys are all melting.
I did see some
the arc,
pictures
yeah.
from Holy Grail. It looked like they had about 140.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing.
Wow.
Which is pretty common for Twin Cities Airsoft on a good weekend. 100 to 150 is pretty regular for them. So, well, let's get into the bigger games, the things that we were into. Let's talk about Mir's Blacklist, which is out at Sheboygan. David and Thomas, you guys were at the event. Why don't you give us a little basic history and then tell us how the game went?
We murdered Tan.
Whoa.
Yep,
Whoa.
yep.
Shots fired.
I should say Patrick and Thomas decided to set up a strategic but useful position on the roof and systematically, I think, almost take all of Tan out in one fell swoop. I was shot and I turned around and looked at the steps and there was like 8 Tan coming up the steps. So I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm dead. And they walked around the corner and Thomas and Patrick from Night Stalkers was out the wings and just lit them up. That battle was going on and I'm downstairs below the steps. And next thing you know, I look and Quack Force was bringing a group of about 15 up the steps, then behind Tan. And Thomas, you're going to have to, Thomas, you're going to have to tell me how it looked up there because I wasn't going anywhere near it because it sounded evil.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was evil. I mean, with me and Patrick with the MGs on the roof, just holding down that roof area, right? They couldn't even get past us because.
And what is Sheboygan? Is it an insane asylum?
Yeah, Sheboygan's the insane asylum, right? In Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, right? So Blacklist, there's this massive game that goes on during around the complex, right? So as David said, right, this is a massive, building, right? The main asylum building. It's about 3 stories, right, and a basement. And I would say square footage per floor, probably over 50,000, I'm guessing, right? Is that about right?
Yeah,
David?
there's 3 wings. There's 3 wings. There's 4, 6, 8, about 12 rooms per wing per floor on each floor. And then there's a big kind of centralized
middle
area.
part.
So it is a very gigantic room, 3 stories, and then it has a whole tunnel and basement complex area with a gymnasium. There should be some videos coming out shortly here on those, and then we will have that. But yeah,
You've already posted some. Yeah,
I posted a couple shorts. Me shooting myself, So
That was a good video. That's
I-
good.
Yep.
I got bored and I shot the wall and it bounced back.
After you left
and-
Franklin to die, was that Franklin down there?
Yeah, that was Franklin down there. We left him to we left him to die. The video that comes after that is all of us going down there and all of us getting murked because a tan guy had the best position, the best corner that I've seen at that place. Like, he was in the dark, you did not know where he was. Down the stairs, you take immediate left, immediate right into a room. Well, he somehow found the right line of sight that he could hit us as soon as we hit that platform on the steps, and it was interesting. Needless to say, you couldn't even get a grenade in there.
I was gonna say, not even pyro.
No, because the second we even tried to play the whole let's take one for the team and put a few people in front on the steps and hopefully someone could sneak in, and nope, nobody could get down the steps. So we strategically withdrew. We do not retreat. We strategically withdraw from a you know they
Yep.
and rotated around and said, "Yep, we're going to a different battle." But no. And then Sheboygan also has the schoolhouse and a boiler room. Fobs are on north and south ends, and it's good. Player wise, I want to say
I was gonna say, how many players were there?
300
I would
ish.
say, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I want to say it's 100 and I want to say it's like one something aside. There was a few that didn't show up. Weather initially wasn't forecasting well. Prior to the event, it was saying Saturday was supposed to be a washout. Sunday was supposed to be thunderstorms periodically. Saturday actually turned out to be a pretty decent day with a afternoon little half-hour rainstorm. Sunday was beautiful. The wind was warm until the game ended and the raffle started. And then with sandbags, stakes, and ratchet straps, my tent decided to lift off the ground and float. So we had to have people holding it down. So, but it was after the game, so no biggie.
Sure, it wasn't possessed or something.
It
your
may
tent?
have been the spirits of the asylum may have, conjured up a visit.
And you
So,
said
yeah.
that you ended up doing you ended up packing pretty hastily to get out with the weather, right?
Yeah, it was let's throw stuff into bins and yes, we did have people doing night ops there. They do have a night game on Saturday
Do
night.
they do it Friday? Okay, so Saturday
Yep.
night's when they did their night
Yep,
game.
Saturday. Yeah, Friday you arrive and just chrono and register, and do as you please. It's like 2:30 to 6 o'clock kind of thing. If you're camping, then after that you set up camp and do Saturday. Start a game is 11 a.m. goes till it varies between 5 and 6 depending on people hanging out still. I think we played till like 5:30, Thomas, I think it was about on Saturday.
Yeah, you guys did. Yep.
Yeah, and then
I was
at
at night game, so
8:30 they have the briefing for the night game, and that goes until 11. I know 4 or 5 Project Echo members went back and did that.
Oh, nice.
We
With
went-
tracers,
Yep, a bunch of them had tracer
you-
units.
did you run your Smoky VT?
Oh, the whole time. I ran it the whole
Nice.
time. And that's it. The basement the basement and tunnel system in the asylum is completely dark. You can't touch your face.
mhm.
Oh,
Oh, so I see
TDM.
Night Ops was
Yep.
team
Night Ops
deathmatch
was
for the
using.
whole.
Yep. James.
Yeah, and for night ops also they turned on all the lights as well, even in the tunnels, in the main building. So
Oh, the
the
tunnels even
tunnels
had the
weren't
lights on.
entirely. Yeah. Yep, they were. They
Nice.
were partially illuminated. So yeah.
That kind of seems contrary to the
I know.
normal.
I think they did it maybe because there's a lot of people who run nods, right? So they probably are like, oh, all the nods people, let's have them run outside, right? While
Yeah.
everybody else goes in the asylum. So
Give someone a chance to be inside and not really messed up.
Tan
That's-
really
Yep.
needed a chance this weekend, just saying. But I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
gonna
of
talk crap.
course.
Nope, not at all.
want to go
Remember how
back
we
to the
said
rooftop
only
or
positive?
Did you
talk
guys
about
win
the rooftop,
anything?
David, or
What was that?
Did you win anything?
Little Punk from Night Stalkers won an Octurus.
Oh, nice.
Didn't you win, Thomas? Something?
Nope, nothing.
Oh.
Alex did, run my LMG and shoot, one of his buddies in the rear. So
I want to win something again.
You
Me
need
too.
to go to a game,
More
Alex.
Yeah. A game would be, but
I got a game plan next week or 2 weeks, maybe next week. I think I'm gonna play in Nebraska next week. I'm gonna bring my stuff down, and then play.
Well, don't break anything.
Are you bringing it down in your new Louis Vuitton bag?
No, my new Pelican case.
Oh, that's right. You upgraded to a Pelican.
Well, let's keep talking about Blacklist and finish that out.
Yeah. So at least inside the asylum, right? Plenty of pyros. At the end of the third day, right? The entire third floor, right? The top floor of the asylum below the roof, it was smoked in from all the powder from the pyros.
Ah.
So yeah, that was the smell of victory. That's all I have to say. But yeah, other notable moments. Running my LMG with the chest rig too, David. You saw me running that.
Yep.
And I somehow ended up feeling like I was, Usain Bolt or something, rounding corners, pre-firing them. So there was one corner where I wiped out a whole squad of 10, and I felt bad for the person in front. But
do they allow roll base? Was LMGs allowed full auto, or is it just?
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of a milsim light, right? So
even inside, you could run full auto.
No, not for only SMGs. So machine guns, right, are outside or rooftop only.
Yeah, for full auto. Once you're inside, you're semi only.
Well, at least for the, for the yeah, I see you, David. Yeah. No, so the opposite team, right? Tan, they took over the roof right away, right? And initially we were told only snipers or DMRs on the roof, right?
Yep.
Meanwhile, like 10 minutes into the game or 15 minutes into the game, right? We look up and there's a guy on Tan spraying us all down with MGs. So then, we were allowed to go on and use MGs on the roof. So
it's really his fault that all this started.
So
they opened Pandora's box.
A misunderstanding from the Tan commander, who then told his team. So then we were like, well, if they can do it, we can do it. So
there you go.
And then about 2 hours into the game, Alex, mere Alex, not our Alex, came up onto the roof, and we were up there, and I'm like, so are we just doing LMGs and DMRs? And he's like, screw it. Everything from the roof. So we got guys up there with their ARs, and he's like, the only rule is no dropping grenades off the roof.
Oh, because I was going to say grenades from the roof would have been epic too.
What's wrong with dropping grenades off the roof?
I guess
some of us have soft heads.
Well, you're just soft.
I mean, if they would have landed, that might have been.
It was iffy. It was definitely iffy. I probably would have, if I was running it, I probably would have been like, anything goes until something happens. But that's me, and that's why I don't run games.
Not our insurance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not his insurance, his rules.
Yep.
Insurance at an airsoft field is a good thing.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So, for example, right on the roof, so Patrick and I, right, we were running our MGs. So I was, running my main rifle, right, in my hands, had my MG slung across my back, and we were just fighting our way to the roof, and it's not
a lot of weight.
This stoner's like 10 pounds at most, the MG.
Especially for the 100-pound guy, that's a lot of weight to
You're
run.
young and vital.
Okay, I was running 5-pound plates that day. I usually run 15-pounders, so it was lighter than my typical load. So
that's probably the weight of my whole kit is one of his plates.
Yeah, and then I ran the chest rig, outside, and I was, very light. Anyways, so run the MG up, right? Patrick and I get up there. I just drop my rifle, get put on, or sling the MG back around, and I just got to work with Patrick, and no Tan was, anywhere near the building, probably within a 250, maybe almost 300-foot radius, except for
how long did that last?
Side.
Until Alex told us that we had to be nice. So then we ended up.
So I'm glad he did do that, though.
We pretty much ended up giving them the roof 2 or 3 times. But I will say, as a whole of the game, this one, they did have a lot of mission-based things.
So compared to last year, right? Like last year, I know there was some contention around that.
Yep, there was a couple here and there, little missions. But this year, I think on Saturday alone, there was probably 12 random missions. Sunday, we had a handful of missions. And the guys running it, they brought props, whether it be big ammo crates. Okay, this ammo crate needs to go to boiler room, or we need to get the mortar team to the roof, you know, or things like that. Not fake, just PVC, you know, not doing anything, but it was all, you know, airsoft. In the airsoft world, you know, let's get this and portray that it's this. Or we have 17 different little props that we need to get them through out the building and drop them in places so people can have a reload, you know, resupply. And then they also did a thing where on Friday night, they went through and put hid playing cards all around it.
Oh, sure. Oh, God. I bet you that was a slog to try to find those.
Well, I didn't participate in that because, you know, I'm old and don't walk that much. So I stay in one place and just shoot people when they come to me. But of some people, I guess, got some poker hands and they were given a prize or something like that if they had the best poker hand at the end of the weekend.
Yeah. Again, it's good to have things to do rather than just shoot.
Yeah.
Like some people want that, but I feel
without it being that it's not like a domination style or a capture the flag style thing, you have to, you know, add those elements into the game to give, or else it's just TDM the whole time and it is what it is.
Did you find playing cards at all?
I didn't find any, but a bunch of people on the team did find some.
Bingo's always a good one too.
that's harder to play at the game, like as a mission.
You might date yourself too if you're playing bingo on the field.
Whoa, whoa, that's a good fire.
I guess
Me the
put in your
whippersnapper
15-pound
speaking up.
plates.
wait till he wants to buy into our bingo game.
I think
Well, no one else
that's
is going
where
to know
we
their
ask,
stuff.
you know, that's is that where the shutting the camera and muting the mic comes in?
There's so many
Might
options.
get a little bit
of who
too
we
competitive.
So, I mean, give an overall review. Thomas, did you go to last fall's Sheboygan as well, or did you just go to this one?
I went
have
to
you
last
been before?
Springs Sheboygan, so
Okay, so you
I've
went
been
to
there
last
before.
spring, so spring to spring.
Yeah.
Just kind of comparing to last year, was this how did this one fare for you guys?
Overall, right? So high level, I would say the gameplay, right? This year was better, right? In my opinion. Not because of just, you know, how the event was played, but also because I've done this before, right? So it's not like I'm, you know, in a completely new AO and I'm trying to figure everything out, right? Kind of, you know, I bet you feel the same thing about, you know, last fall, right, David? So when you're, you know, completely new, you don't know all the peaks, right? You don't know what to look out for. So I would say there were less pyros compared to last year.
Oh, interesting.
Not for
Yeah,
me.
exactly. I know. I mean, not for me either. We had a case each pretty much at this point, but no, I mean, last year, for example, right, I would take a step up one of the stairs and I'd have 3 pyros come down at once on me. And I didn't know if it was my team or their team, you know, throwing them down as well. So
We ran into that situation on the roof and one of our team was coming up and we didn't know it was our team. And he got nailed with 6 grenades before we realized he was friendly.
Wow.
We do not apologize, Nathan, or at least I don't. So
Did we get confirmation on the
or
Mir
Nolan.
2020 deal? Were they the old? Were they the new? What
New.
were they?
They were all new.
They were the news. All right.
That was what I did Friday is I went and checked because I knew a few people were going to be buying and I went and checked and he sells through enough that he probably was sold out when
That's
you know.
Yep.
good for him.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, but otherwise, I mean, small things that I've noticed, right? Last year they had a food truck for me, for you know the entire FOB or the entire AO, right? Which was cool. But last year they also had I think over 400 people, 450 maybe, in that entire AO.
Wow.
Yeah, they had a ton of people last year in the spring.
He must have
So,
dropped down
I'd
the
have to go
tickets because I know the Tuesday or Wednesday last week, I messaged him and he only had 10 tickets left. Green was all sold out. So
Yeah.
he must have dropped
So-
his ticket numbers then.
Yeah. Yeah, because last year it was crammed. I mean, like you'd cross a wall and there'd be maybe like any wall, right? Any corner, for example, of the asylum where the other team has, facing the fob, right? And it'd be like 10 people. So it was kind of crazy how swarmed the entire AO was.
This
So
is
I'd
where
say
I
this
feel
year was better, but
I feel like
yeah.
having numbers is good, and you want game organizers to make some money. Thomas, I'm sure you'd love to have 400 people come to your event, but there's a point where there's too many
Yep.
people to deal with. Like
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
happen at some point.
Is that the reason why I don't like doing like a game like that? Like, because I keep thinking of like no peeing and like how like clustered that was. Like,
That was a cluster for lots of reasons. I don't know if
and I don't know.
the amount
I
of
guess
players
like
was
I've
one of
got
them.
this like bias where like I'd love to go play that one of those places, but like it keeps bringing me back. Like it was just a hallway fight, and that was it, and you couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't do anything.
I assume Sheboygan's the same way. Again, if you get 400 player, so what we said 300, like that's
Yeah.
a difference. 100 fewer players.
Yeah, 100 players,
Yeah.
yes.
It was
You know?
it was very noticeable, right? The amount of player difference, at least from
I
last
will
April
say
to
the
this year.
weather did play a huge factor on how much building
Yeah.
play over outside play there was from fall to spring. Being that it was nicer, a lot of people did stay outside, or maybe
Yeah.
they just couldn't get to the building because we had a couple people on the roof, but
Yeah.
but no,
Of course.
even at different times, I think the most grouped up of the enemy team I saw was 10 or 12. Whereas in the fall, it was like that. You'd turn a corner and go, nope, peace out. Because there'd be 25 or 30 people in that corridor. So
Yeah.
a lot
You
of
turn a
people,
corner and there'd be a firing line.
it
And see, I just don't enjoy that. I'll be honest, that's why I
Yeah.
like when Gag's like, we're going to get over 400 people. I'm like, I don't know that over 400 people is a good thing.
yeah, because mayhem really
Mhm.
is not fun when you have 400 people.
It's just a wall of people shooting at each other.
Yeah.
So
We should do, Civil War style and just all meet in the middle and
I mean, some people really like that. So they do have one other Sheboygan this year, right? There's a fall Sheboygan.
Labor Day
Usually
weekend.
two.
Yep.
Labor Day
Okay.
weekend.
Labor Day weekend.
I know.
Alex P, what are you doing? Games on holidays. You're killing me, Smalls.
I don't know. It depends. It's hard to say because I have a family.
I said, oh, right. You're also Alex P.
Yeah.
Alex Patarakis. Not Alex. Our Pat. You're Cobra. I happen to be one of those people who has disdain for people running games on holiday weekends, but that's because I'm old and I have a cabin and I do stuff at my cabin. So, well, let me talk about Action Sports Galactic Civil War. I'll do it pretty briefly because mostly Galactic Civil War is a Star Wars themed event, and I can say that here as long as I don't type it out because we don't want Disney to come after her. It is a LARP. So there were 150, 160 people at this event. It actually started Thursday and ran all the way through Sunday. And most of the people who go are role players. They are characters. It is like, and I'm trying to remember the game, Galaxies. Again, you pick a character. You're a smuggler. You're a shop owner. There are people there who have airsoft guns with one mag, sometimes no mag, sometimes no BBs, sometimes they're not charged. They are there to dress up and play a role. There are airsofters who go, but let's call it a third. The people there are actually airsofters, actually shooters. I went this year as an NPC. I was there with 6 Mil Mando. Shout out to Chris, 6 Mil Mando. The scope of this game is a little crazy. And when I say that, I mean, they bring in trailers worth of props. Like there were 10 suits of Death Trooper armor and, a bin full of pikes. And like those are the things I played. But there are people there with, we talk about not Alex, Cobra Alex, because his rig is worth a couple $100. But there are those of us with $1,000 airsoft rigs. These people have $2,000 armor sets, right? Like it's crazy. I went as an NPC, mostly there to facilitate missions, had a lot of fun. It was a great game, and if you haven't heard about it, we'll do an interview with 6 Mil Mando in a week or two, just kind of talking about it. I think he wants that game to grow, but he's actually another person who said, so this was 150 people, 160 people at his event. Let's call a third of that were shooters, real shooters. he flat out said, I don't know that I want this to get to 250 people. Like 200 would be great. I'd love to get it to 200 because they really they're interested in the integrity of the story rather than the shooting. Now, shooting is part of it, but so it's a really fun event. If you're a Star Wars person and an Airsoft person, you can definitely find something to do at that game. If you're just a Star Wars person, you can totally just go there. Like there are people, like I said, there are people who go there and they're not armed at all. And role playing, this is where I will fully admit I am not much of a role player. Like I'm enough of a character on my own, but like I don't have a persona. I didn't want a persona. Like people come up and you're like, is this the way the Empire treats its citizens? And I'm like again, that is not my jam. I just wanted to go and help people have a good time and be a punching bag, and that worked out well for me. But if you like the role playing aspect, it's definitely a lot of fun. I'll also say Action Sports Wisconsin has done a lot of improvements to their field. They've got more structures. Lots of people were camping in like their bases, like the Imperials. They had night watch, which I was like, is anything going to happen at night? And I guess it did, but I'm not staying out on night watch. That is nothing I'm
Did you
interested
stay
in
at your
anymore.
5-star hotel?
If the Americ Inn in Boston is considered I don't think anything in Boston can be considered 3-star. But
I thought you were going to sleep in your car.
I tried. No, I thought about it, and I got in, and I was like, nope. Weather also held pretty well for us. Again, I only went overnight. It was a quick shot for me. I was in on Friday, and I left Saturday night, just because I had other things I had to do, which we'll talk about in a second. But rain did
you
start.
left Saturday?
Oh yeah, man. No, I'm a professional now. I have people demand my presence at things. So again, I really enjoyed it. I'll probably do it again. I will admit that there were some things like wearing the helmets when you're just wearing just like general props. My giant ass head was like bouncing around in this thing, and it's fogging, and I had a fan, but all you can hear is the fan, and then everyone's yelling again. Like I wouldn't mind building my own helmet at some point, but also how many helmets do you build for how many different roles? Anyway, it was great. It was fun, but it is a LARPing event with Airsoft, so that's a consideration.
I would do that. I'd be like a Hut Gambit or something. Like
I mean, here's the thing: you might want to go as a player because as an NPC, we had strict rules, right? Like I wasn't trying to do that. Josh, who couldn't join us tonight, Tank, he is a Star Wars nerd. He makes no apologies for it. He actually brought multiple outfits of his own. So he also had a Mando outfit, and then I don't know I can't say the official Star Wars race, but he was like a Wolfman, and like he just dressed up and just walked through town. You get paid as an Imperial. You get paid. There's money in game. You can buy things from shops with this in-game money. So like he bought an AAP with a kit on it for X amount of dollars, right? You can gamble. You can play Sabacc. Like again, this is an immersive 72-hour Star Wars LARPing event that just happens to have some Airsoft.
I'm still really confused on what Star Wars is. Oh, but no.
What Star Wars is?
West.
Yeah, what is Star Wars?
Don't get me in trouble with Disney, sir.
Is it like Star Trek?
Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me too now. There is no I will say there's no Star Trek Wookiee. Yes, there were there any Wookiees? No, but there's a character who keeps coming back as an Ewok and tries to give away cookies. That was really weird. Again, it's like going to Renfest, but you're a part of it. Like it's like Renfest, but with Star Wars nerds. And I say that with love.
Hey, we're all
really
Airsoft nerds, so whatever.
We're all nerds for something.
We're all LARPers. We're all LARPers, just depending on what direction you want to go.
Yeah, I'll just say that this is, again, usually we're Airsoft players who LARP. We're not LARPers who Airsoft. Like I said it earlier before, there were people who couldn't shoot but were carrying a gun and were so scared to even point a gun at someone else, and when they shot, they almost missed people. Like it is so, I say this again with love, it's adorable. Because, if you're a shooter, you're like, I'm gonna get shot. I don't care. I'm taking this person with me. Josh got into a thing with 2 guys, and he literally drew down on these guys and then forgot he had a mag, which is totally on Josh. He should have done that. But like, They were quick draws, and I saw guys quick draw and like could pull the gun, but they didn't know how to pull the trigger. So a lot of people just got shot, which was funny to me. Anyway, Galactic Civil War event. I think the next one there is a straight LARPing event happening in the fall, but the next one that will be at Action Sports won't be till next year. So again, 72-hour immersive Star Wars LARP event with some airsoft. It was fun. I will talk about quickly Champion Valley Open. Champion Valley had their season opener last Sunday, now run by Airsoft Armory, formerly run by Crucible Airsoft, Tyler and the Crucible Airsoft guys. I had not been to Champion Valley. It's in Lakeville. So from the city's proper 30, 35 minutes with no traffic, pretty good. It does make it the closest field to most people in the cities. But like Big Lake to me is like 45 minutes, so not terribly longer. Champion Valley is Champion Valley Adventure Park. They have axe throwing. They have tennis ball, bow and arrow. They have paintball. Airsoft is the thing they've just added on. They have been doing it for quite some time now, again, through the Crucible Airsoft guys, but it is a paintball facility. They actually have 8 playable fields for Airsoft. I did a series of videos that I'll be releasing over the next couple of days. I'm a little behind. I apologize. But like the parking is ample. You could probably get 100 cars in their lot. Their staging area is about 22 picnic tables, not too bad. Their payment is $30, which is funny. They're cashless, so everything's online. Online waivers are good for the year. Online payments, it's $32.15, I think is what the actual fee comes out to. But as this has been a topic of discussion for all you people out there, HPA is included in your $30. And Alex, they fill the 4,500. Like this is a proper paintball place that has their compressors inside. If you have a 3,000 tank, they actually have staff there. They'll fill the 3,000, but the 45 is outside. You can fill it. And I said, hey, can I bring my whole bin of tanks to refill? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. We don't care. So in our discussions of air should be free, but it shouldn't be free, Champion Valley, closest field to the cities. If you want to play and fill your air tanks, like I said, there's 8 fields that really are good for airsoft. It is a paintball field, and when I say that, everything's very low. I won't say it's speedball-y, but it is fast. It is a very fast field. Like their
close fields. It's a close field.
Everything's like they have 8 fields, but you can play it as one big one. But they actually use cement like barriers to kind of create walls in between the fields, which I actually think is pretty nice. Just don't run into one. But like those cement, that's kind of the height of just about everything. Like there are some higher things, but like you're going to be crouching a lot. The ref that was there, Alex, another Alex, God, there's too many of you. He's actually from the Crucible crew. I think Erica and John said they have 5 refs. And they all are from the Crucible crew. They're just continuing to help. Alistair, some of you know Alistair. He's very active with Southern Minnesota, been the general at GAG a bunch of times. He's also helping ref down there, and that's his local field. So everybody who's reffing knows that field really well. Again, I will play that field. I went on Sunday just to see how it was, to take videos of which, again, I'm going to start a series of videos of, welcome to your field. This is how this is your check-in. This is where you pay. This is your HPA options, blah, 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 blah. So that's where I really went. I'll play it. I don't think it's really my style. Again, it's a lot of running, a lot of crouching, and I'm just too old for all of that. Maybe Thomas with his 15-pound plates can do it, but not me.
I'll drop them. I'll drop them for that field.
Yeah, just so you can be faster.
I'll be down there Sunday reffing.
Fantastic. Great. I'm interested to hear your opinion on it too. Like, I think so this was also very early in the season. There was I don't know if there's any paintball yet, like their speedball course, they didn't even have their nets up yet. Right now, it is a paintball field, and I say that because in a month, after a lot of play, it could be slimy. Everything was pretty clean. Actually, everything was really pristine, and like it is very well groomed. It's a very pretty field. Like everything looks really nice. I did meet Maxine, who's the general manager out at Champion Valley, and very nice person, was very informative. They said that on some busy days, they can get up to 70, but that's their norm is more like 30. So, and there were about 35, 40 people on Sunday. So I actually see that being Erica. I was talking to Erica. Erica's got some big ideas. Erica is the idea person. So look for some more some specialized games coming after they get their feet under them. But there's a lot of positives of Champion Valley for depending on what you want to do, especially if you're really just looking for a quick weekend game. Again, if you don't want to drive an hour, for a lot of people, especially in the metro area, this will be a really good choice.
That's only on Sundays, you said?
Only on Sundays right now. Yeah. So like a lot of places that prefer or that their bread and butter is paintball, they do open sessions and they book a lot of parties. Again, this is an activity center. So if anybody who knows, again, they do lots of bachelor parties, birthday parties, things of that nature. So Saturday is dedicated to paintball for all that location, and Sunday. And they did say if they do have groups on Sunday or even they will lot off fields on Sunday for paintball if paintball players come to play. So you could be intermingling with paintballers. I know that's gross. But you could be doing that on any given weekend on a Sunday. But yeah, right now only Sundays at Champion Valley. And I don't see that changing probably this year. The management of Champion Valley seems really open to expanding, but we gotta prove it out. We gotta prove that more airsofters would go.
So we need more people. Get down there, prove it out, and there is opportunities possibly, I believe, for other things at that field.
Yeah, I mean, it could end up being something really big if we support it, right? Like I'm gonna do another series of videos that basically says if you're an airsoft player and only go to one field, that's cool. You do you, but then you can't speak. When I talk to you, you can't speak educated about the fields in our community. You should at least play everyone once to see what it's like, and then make your decision. This is, I had this discussion last weekend with somebody who was like, the best field is Big Lake, and I was like, what other fields have you played? And they're like, oh, I haven't played any other ones, and I was like, and you don't know shit. Sorry, I swore. You don't know doo-doo caca.
I'll fix it in the
Chucklehead.
post.
No, let it go. Let it roll. People should hear that. Because this is my challenge to everybody this season is get out and play all the fields at least once, everybody. Open session or big game. Get a flavor. So I didn't see that anybody commented on Holy Grail, but again, it looks like it did very well, which again, TCA, Twin Cities Airsoft does very well. Let's talk about closing out recap. Anything else we want to recap? Alex couldn't find any place to play, or you didn't decide to play. You decided to go to the museum in Nebraska, not to play airsoft, but you're hoping to do it next weekend.
Yes, and I plan on trying it out. I mean, that's kind of my new thing now since I'm traveling a lot more. I'm trying to see if I can make a kit that's like a travelable, like a travelable. That's a word. Travelable.
Don't encourage him, David.
And
as I was doing it, I realized what I was doing. So
yeah.
And I don't know. I'm gonna see what I can do. Like I don't want to bring like a full rifle, and a full kit. If I could just bring the AAP, like I'm planning on doing something like that. As much as I hate the M4 Meg style thing, I don't know. It's
just
I might do that for a little bit.
Set up an SMG class, something small like a P90 or something.
No, I like the AAP. I just don't like the doing the M4 Meg thing.
Yeah.
I might do the 9mm mag, but
I mean, the only problem I have is that's very 2023 of you.
Yeah,
well, you're a little behind the times, sir.
Maybe I'll get an AEG.
What? You have an
so,
AEG. Yeah. But anyway, so you're gonna try to play, and I think it's actually funny. You were like, "I'm in Nebraska," and someone was just like, "There ain't nothing in Nebraska," and I was like, "I know there is." So this could be an opportunity.
Well, I did fight at B-52. So
you did make children wait while you posted your video.
But no, I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna try to kind of build a kit off where I could, wherever I am in the country, if I get a day off on the weekend, I'm gonna try to hit a field and try to, just these, hey, here I am, check it out.
Yep. And you're in town this weekend because we got our
Yes.
Poppins patches, which didn't come in time for con.
I
but
know.
we
I
went
plan on
lots of
coming back
patches.
this weekend, so we can talk then.
Speaking
well,
of
we'll meet up
patches, I
and-
wonder if Dubai has sent my patches.
I'm still waiting on some other patches for con that is now 3 weeks behind.
When's the MetaMan patch coming out, David?
MetaMan patch. I'm gonna work on that. If you
We
guys
only have so much money.
Yeah, you're
very
right.
true. So buy swag. Oh no.
We'll talk about it.
We can.
Well, let's get, what are we? We're a little about how long we've been in? 30
45
minutes or so?
45.
45. Okay, let's keep going. So we're going to talk about next weekend or this coming weekend, April 18th and 19th. Hopefully, some of you have seen our weekly rundown videos of what's coming. I'll start off by saying Crossfire has its season opener this weekend and has open sessions. Twin Cities Airsoft has open sessions. We already talked about Champion Valley, open sessions. The real game, the major game, I'm selling it for you here, Thomas, is that there will be an operation called Fallout at Big Lake Tactical. It is a one-day event, correct? Just Saturday?
Yep, just Saturday.
Just Saturday. Thomas.
This weekend?
Yep, this weekend.
Yep.
Thomas did post a fairly lengthy explanation of some of the key tenets of the game. But Thomas, we wanted to have you on to give you a chance to talk about the game, sell it to us. And when I say that, give us the highlights. What are you really excited about? And hopefully some of our people who are on chat will chime in with some questions.
Yeah. So main thing, right? At least when I design my games, right? You might hear it. I don't like to create airsoft slop, right? Where it's like, oh, we're just gonna use the whole map, and then nobody really knows what they're doing, right? So this map, right, or this game, we organize the map kind of uniquely, right? So if you look at the map for Operation Fallout, it's posted. The rules are also posted in a PDF format, right, on the Facebook event, right, under About. So you can actually look at the rules right now. I mean, they've been out for a short while as well, and on the MAA Discord. So, and it's all published. So, rule set isn't too complex. I don't want anybody to, jump into the year, right? Some people are starting Airsoft, because it's, nice out, right? So it's starting to be nice out, right? And people are, maybe this is the start of their season, right? Sometimes you don't have, those diehard Airsofters that play throughout the winter, right? So, rule set, right? Total length, it's about 2.5 pages in reality because, one page is just the schedule and the map with a key as well. So, I don't want to, first thing with this event, right, I didn't want to overload people, but I also wanted to bring kind of a unique aspect to the Big Lake map, right? And use the whole map, or we're not using the whole map, right? But we're using a majority of the map, but we're using it in a unique way, right? So we also have technology too. We're using the Ares Alpha boxes, right? You've seen a couple of the events, right, throughout the year. Nightshade, exactly. I have to plug Night Stalkers, right, with their event too that's coming in June. They used Ares Alpha boxes. I know one event at Big Lake used Ares Alpha boxes as well in July, the Big Fun game. But I didn't see too much else in terms of Ares Alpha box usage last year, right? Which this is a unique technology that I think is great for the Airsoft community, right? Where, you can use them for different objectives. We're using them as control points, right, in the game. So right now it's going to be kind of similar to like a Conquest game, right, in Battlefield, right? You have 3 primary control points, right? The teams are fighting over it. You have secondary objectives, right, where you have a payload delivery to the enemy supply depot, right? And then we've also taken out the big pines, right, in the middle of the map. This is unique, right? I don't see events where they take out, this big portion of the map to create, 2 battlefronts. Or you'll see a lot more angles, right, that you've never expected, right, that you can use, right? You don't have somebody in Big Pines to go and watch you, right, from this weird angle. So this is going to be a very unique map-wide game, right? And I think it's also going to concentrate and bring a lot more higher quality fighting within the game as well. But it's not going to compact it so much or compact the players so much, right, where you're going to have just a ton of people in one spot, right? So I think it'll be an awesome event. I think there's going to be plenty of action. And also there'll be objectives, right? Which are going to be, pretty clear, pretty concise. And yeah, and also just other rules as well that I'm adding or putting in, right? Vehicles are going to be used or are allowed to be used on the field. Medic rules, this is going to be pretty similar to, or kind of introducing people to kind of the milsim aspect, right? Where you have your buddy aid with tourniquets, but we're also not going to, shoot players down if they are not able to get a tourniquet or an ace bandage, right? We're also going to have, the capability of teams having, their own dedicated medics using, basically like a medic tape, right? And the medic is only allowed to use that. And we have patches and everything for the designated medics.
And you are running 4 different events, is that right, Thomas, at Big Lake this year?
4 events this year.
And is this rule set kind of the standard that you're going to try to stick to for all of them? So people, once they learn it, as the season goes on, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I do want a tourniquet because that would be so much easier than waiting for the medikit." So they can grow and learn in that state, the Thomas model of play.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I mean, tourniquets, right? TQs, right? In Airsoft, they're used for, national games, right? Sheboygan that we were at last week, they had, tourniquet rules, right? With buddy aid and medics as well. So you're preparing yourself for these larger events also by playing my event, right? For example, right? What we have for classification for, tourniquets, right? Or TQs is pretty generous. Especially, kind of similar to Mur Tactical, when they ran Sheboygan. We're running, basically it's just, bandage devices, can be actual tourniquets, mock tourniquets, right? Like Mur Tactical, Milsim West.
Milsim
I think
West,
Clover Soft, has their own tourniquets as well. And then, even disposable tourniquets or ace bandages, like single-use ones, right?
Yep.
So
that's
this
what
is
AMS
pretty
uses.
inclusive
AMS
too,
only
yeah.
allows just regular ace bandages because they want it to be more inclusive as well. So
yeah,
Cool.
I'm not allowing, drinking a bottle of water as your tourniquet because, some people might become sick after drinking 20 bottles in a day or something, but
I've seen that. It never works out. I think that theory.
Yeah.
Now, and you also have some level of role-based gaming, right, too? Like LMGs are the only ones that shoot full auto.
Yep.
Everyone else is semi.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, this is something I've seen in other events, right? A lot of people
Absolutely.
will run LMGs. I mean, I run them as well, not to toot my own horn, but the, LMG people, right? They want to bring out this gun, right? This gun is heavy. It's bulky. It's a kind of a just drug to carry around, right? They want to be able to use, they want to basically get some sort of return, right, for, running their MG, right? For example, right, if if we didn't have, dedicated MG rolls, right, just an M4 or an AK with a drum mag, right, would do the same thing as well. So,
but you don't make any differentiation if someone's run like one of the A&K featherweights or something, right? Like if you're carrying a visibly LMG style gun, you're cool.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's what I allow. So
you're not limiting the amount of MGs on the field, are you?
No. Yeah.
Some
the
games
more
do
the
that.
more BB slung, the merrier. That's how I feel.
Thomas wants carnage.
I want carnage. I want action, man.
Well,
I want. Yeah.
I linked the Facebook event page in the YouTube channel, and if you're not familiar, just look for Operation Fallout either on the Big Lake Tactical Facebook page, or you can find it otherwise. The map, as you were noting, is really interesting. The fact that the Pines, which is usually the center of Big Lake, is out of play is really interesting, I think, because as you noted, you're pocketing, but you're also creating you can't just cut through the field.
Oh yeah.
Like in some ways, it'll be interesting to see how people play this, right? Will they still post people up knowing that you can't, will they look through to see if they can see people coming in from town or something? Like, how will they leverage the non-playing zone, or does it just become like, do people just put their backs to it because they know they can't get killed by secret from the woods that way? It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I mean, there might be some scouting things going on because those Pines, you can see through them mostly.
Oh,
as well, if you
absolutely.
have
There's some really clear
magnification,
spots. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting how people play that, right? You don't have to, for example, let's say when you're crossing on the north side, right, of the pines, right? You don't have to worry too much about the, your left, right, if you're coming from the core base, right? You're mainly looking down at Death Valley, for example, right? And also,
Yeah.
it'd be interesting too because that could be a huge choke point too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can make some crazy choke points or really strong defensive positions too, where it might just be, kind of a war of attrition on one side, or it could just be, absolute carnage as well in some of these closer fronts.
So there's a good question here in the YouTube chat. Can people shoot through the woods?
You're allowed to, yes. The only
Okay.
thing you can't do is be inside of the woods. I will have, little marker flags, right, that are going to be around the perimeter. So if you were at, what was it, my June event, Summer Storm last year, right, we used these marker flags around the DMZ. They worked really well, actually, because they were, subtle, but not so, crazy that, it was kind of hard or an obstacle for players, right? But
So
we'll have
I think
the
that's
area
interesting.
marked. Yep.
Because it means you can't ignore the DMZ.
Yeah.
Like you can't
if you
just
go
put
in
your
it,
back
you're-
to
yeah.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
just like if you're just skirting it, expecting not to get shot, you could still get shot through the other side if someone really can
Yep.
get a beat on you.
Yeah, exactly. You're allowed to shoot through it. You can't go in it. This is a kind of infected or irradiated area, right? The game says there's been a experimental chemical weapon that was used in here. So if you're in there, you're technically considered dead and have to go back to respawn. So this is basically a large area that's kind of taken out of the map, right? So it's going to be really unique. I've never seen something like this before.
I like the
person,
idea
so,
of it for sure.
Yeah.
And did I see there's no green versus tan? You're just going to use armbands?
Yep, exactly. That was on my FAQ, or frequently asked question.
It's almost like I read it and I'm prompting you for questions.
Ooh. Exactly.
And also,
Someone did their research.
I'm reading it as I'm looking at it. What is the charge for the game?
$40.
$40.
It's a little bit more of an open play, right, for most fields.
But like $5 more. Like it's not.
Yeah,
much
exactly
more.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So this is an inclusive event, right, to people of kind of all different what's it called, kind of intensity in terms of airsoft, right? You got your diehard airsofters and also your entry level people, right? I mean, this is going to be a fun event, and it's going to be pretty unique as well. So
yeah. And did you stage it just kind of as your taster as you're looking again at your 3 future events? Like this was your get everybody used to it. Then the next one amps up a little bit, and we'll get you on again for your future events as they're coming. Is it every month at this point then?
No, it's about, I would say, close to every quarter, right?
Okay.
Or maybe once every
Every
2 maybe 3 months, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's good because then again, you'll learn something. You'll go, I'll tweak this one. This is what I intended to do. But generally, and so you are running these 4 games, and we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but I think it's worth it for people to know what you've got queued up. You are also going to be the primary organizer for Drug Wars
this fall, not for the Drug Wars in May. So.
Okay.
Yep.
For the fall, that's right, because he does run 2 of those.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, I know I'm planning on stopping by. I'll probably just stop by with a camera and see how things are going. But I'm interested to see how this is going. Big Lake actually has got a lot going on, mostly because of you, but then also, again, shout out to the Night Stalkers who are running Nightshade. And we will talk to, David's here, but we'll talk to Patrick and others. Franklin.
I'm just helping.
Just Patrick.
Well, are we allowing? Will we allow Franklin on the?
I don't know if you want Franklin on there.
Do we allow MetaMan?
We'll add him, but just keep him muted like we do with Alex. Alex, the shadow man. Alex is in a hotel room by himself. Yes,
Bye,
like he was in the basement at Sheboygan.
Yeah, exactly. He's in the abyss.
Yeah. That's great.
You need your smoke, your flared smoky going on in the background right now, Alex.
He's gonna fall asleep, is what he's gonna do. You can see it.
No, I'm here.
You're bringing.
He's waiting
you're-
for something to say.
He's
Let the
getting
meta
ready for
man in.
Airsoft after dark.
Are we doing that tonight? Jeez.
Oh,
Um,
man.
anything else you want to say to the community? I see a little over 16,000 people in our chat. Anything you want to tell anybody? Final hook to get people to come?
Yeah, it's going to be a very unique event, right? You're going to see a lot of different play styles or different, trajectories and everything else like that. I mean, you have your two front, deal as well, your two battlefronts as well, instead of just one battlefront. So a lot kind of more strategy involved. Maybe I don't think there's going to be any shenanigans. And also we're going to be kind of,
There's always shenanigans. But
yeah, there's always shenanigans in Airsoft. I mean, especially at a larger event. But we're also sticking to a schedule. I want to start the game promptly at 11.
I
right?
love it.
The schedule's
love
on the
it.
front page. I want people shooting. I don't care if there's
10 o'clock,
there's
10 o'clock.
500 or
Start at
5 people on the field. I'm starting it at 11. So
Yep. Alex is a firm believer.
Exactly.
If you say there's a start time, do you have commanders already set? Or
No.
will teams got to be doing it on their own?
This will be just the teams doing it on their own. However,
Okay.
for my future events, we do have commanders. So
I'm hoping we see more of that. I'm hoping these kinds of things encourage players to reach out. So here's our call out for Fallout. You're just kind of on your own. But if
Yep.
you're interested in taking a chance and being a commander, there are command rules coming for many events that we will have this season.
Yep.
And
Awesome.
I this is my general challenge for some of you who think you're so elite. Put your money where your mouth is, suckers.
Yeah.
Come on out.
Oh,
Commander
shots
team.
fired! Shots
on.
fired!
Yeah. No, I'm doing it.
Buy grenades.
And buy grenades. If anybody has
Yeah.
grenades.
Yeah, I mean, what was it?
I ran out.
Top,
I need more.
yeah.
I've already heard from several
how many
people.
grenades did you
Hmm?
How many grenades did you use in Sheboygan?
25 that were 25 in my initial case, and then a bunch of MKs, and Franklin Metaman bought 30 MKs, and they're all gone.
No,
Damn.
I was at Galactic Civil War as a NPC, and I threw 15 grenades and 20 Mark Vs. Because at some point, and it was funny again, like we got attacked, and all I did was I just started throwing grenades because these nerds had not seen this shit before. That's my second swear. It was great.
That's
It's
okay.
great.
I have the not for kids marked. We're fine.
No, this also, this makes us a little more edgy. We want to be edgy.
Yep.
It's not that kind of stream. This isn't Fansly or only soft, but a different kind of edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
25 on you. No,
and
you got 6 thrown on you. Thank you.
Yep.
I will also point that I saw in the video people appropriately carrying their EG67s on D-rings. I'm so glad this is taking off. I'm so pleased.
I think everybody on my team was, definitely. I think it's in my team's bylaws now that's where you are to carry grenades. So that if I need a grenade, I can just yank it off you and throw it.
Exactly.
Yep.
This is the way.
You
All
know?
right.
And they were easily
this is
being
the
able
way.
to be thrown downstairs from, the 4th floor down on teammates. It was easy just to go 1, 2, 3.
I only meant that to go down one
Oh,
floor, but it
that
went
was
all
like
the way
4
down.
people, yeah, that were doing that.
Well, I was gonna I probably will make a post at some point, but I feel like this season, and so we're shifting out of April 18th and 19th. We're not going to get into too much specifics. This is why this is a really busy season. It feels really busy. It feels like there's a lot of things going on. And partially that's because I think between us, like Thomas has a bunch of games that he's running. He's also playing some games. David, myself, and Alex have been like doing videos. Like it just seems like we know more, but also there's just a lot. So there is a lot of opportunities. There's, AMS is going to be back at Action Sports, which I think will bring in a lot of people. I've been talking about that just because that's another Milsim, national Milsim that's going to be close in the area. So I hope to see people at that. But I don't know. How do you guys feel? Do you feel like there's a lot of games going on?
Oh, I can't even
Yeah.
believe that I'm already having to think about Sky Shield. That's coming.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
then
I saw that.
at the same time,
You posted it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the same time, Northern, it's like one after another, after another, after another, and I think Gag's in there somewhere, and And then, yeah, I'm about to quit my job and just play airsoft, but
Does AMS
we do-
overlap?
No,
Starfield?
No.
no.
What
It's
is it
just
over-
that
they
no, they
overlap
they
something.
shifted though. No. I mean, because there's a high intensity every first weekend, that high intensity, and so this is another thing that was TCA already has high intensity. Big Lake Tactical has their MBA, Minnesota's Best Airsoft, and they have other events that are being run. Champion Valley, when I talked to John and Erica, they want to do some kind of monthly bigger game. I mean, part of it's advertising, and I get it. Every field, do what you're going to do, but like the saturation rate, I'm starting to get a little concentrated, because if every weekend is a big game, then no weekend's a big game, right? Like it's where's the standards that we're starting to set for each other? So even though I gave my big shots fired about everyone should play every field, I'll be honest, like even just from my point of view, it's going to cost money, right? Like if you could play every weekend, you always could, but now there's an escalation in quality maybe of events. So yes, there's a high intensity. There might be a high intensity type game every weekend until October. That's just crazy.
well, and I
I mean,
know
good for the community, but
I know Twin Cities Airsoft. I was gonna call them their 3-letter name, but I have to get out of that habit.
yeah, I do too.
They ended up altering their high intensity. I believe they altered it because it was, or someone altered something because that was going to fall on Northern Fronts weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
Which was
Like this is where
a good idea.
Darren and Blondie are looking at that schedule, right? No one's like, all the fields are competing in the fact that there's always the same player base, but they're also not trying to step on each other, right? Like as much as possible, but it's gonna happen, right? Like last weekend, there were literally 2 large national games happening on the same weekend that Twin Cities Airsoft had high intensity. That's just the way it's going to be, right?
Yeah.
People are going to have to pick and choose. But the fact that I think that we have that opportunity to pick and choose, again, 4 fields right now: Action Sports, Central City, Central Sort of Airsoft in Iowa, soon Southern Minnesota. Like we have a really broad range of fields right now. If you're willing to drive, again, the zones, your 1 hour, your 3 hour, your 6 hour. So
9 hours.
a lot of choices. Yeah, hey, I wasn't going that far, because as I was saying earlier, my schedule has shifted to be thinking about South Carolina, which is in 2 weeks. Like that's all I'm thinking about now. So even though I'm going to be playing this weekend, I won't be playing next weekend.
We can't take you anywhere, Alex. Can we?
No,
Alex is drunk. He had too many 1,000-year-old eggs.
Alex, if you want to be this big content creator, streamer, famous guy to make us all famous, a laptop and a nice webcam. Come on, bro.
this is a nice webcam, dude. It's an Apple. Like 15.
I'll give you that.
It's an Apple.
Oh, wow.
It's an Apple.
Weird.
It's the only cell phone that should be on the market.
Oh,
So-
gross.
Live long and prosper.
Let's talk real quick. And I'm looking. So we have how many people do we actually have in chat?
10.
Like 6, 5, 6, 10. Ooh,
3,
10.
just us.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm in here.
Well,
So
there's
let's
4
not
of us.
count
There's
but
4 of us here, so where'd you count?
amongst us, and then those of you in chat, if you're interested in chiming in, we'd love to hear from you. Are the weekly rundowns helpful? I posted a question and someone's like, "Hey, you should do them on Mondays." And I was thinking, well, airsofters can't plan a week in advance. Should we be doing it the week before? Should we be doing monthlies? Should we have a calendar? Like, we want to do content that is useful to the community, but also we're limited based on our own schedules, right? Like, we're not all social media influencers like Alex here. So, it's trying to think about, and yes, I mean, Thomas, you can't chat within the group you could just say I'm handsome in verbally, but I understand you're a little shy. Do Wednesdays work? Should Wednesdays be live stream days and Mondays are the days we do things? So if you have some opinions on that, let us know. Again, what helps you plan? I think my personal opinion is if you're going to do if you're going to do a Fallout, you probably knew this a couple of weeks ago, hopefully. right? Hopefully you knew this already. If you're going to do a Northern Front, if you're going to do a Sheboygan, if you're going to travel to play a bigger game, or if you're going to go to a game that has more rules, you probably know about that. So kind of the weekly updates or the weekly rundowns are more about, hey, you don't know what you're doing. Here's who's open. Here's what's the possibilities. But should we expand on that? So that's a general question. If you have any suggestions on that, again, David and I are kind of figuring out how to polish this. We've really only been doing this for a couple months. So guys, what do you think?
Are not professionals at this yet.
I don't know if that will
the
ever
toter
happen.
home is coming though, so we can just travel the country and do this. So
see,
Buy an 18-wheeler for his events.
hey, they already got concerned on Friday when we were pulling in with a trailer. So
we're getting people are starting to notice, which I think is good, right? So
start streaming every night. Okay, well, in that case, start buying stuff so that we.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. And here is our donation fund, so you can give us money so that we can buy more gear. David and I are both talking about the things we want to buy just for streaming, legitimately just for streaming. Like my professional studio can only handle so much, but
I made it so
I have a
now we
professional
can
studio, right?
we can literally stream from the fields.
and actually, so that's an interesting idea, guys. So like, David has been doing his Airsoft After Dark with Project Echo Airsoft already. Like, would you guys like to see us streaming at the games? Like, I'm one of those guys who's been talking about, I'd love to get a tally from every field. How many people are at Big Lake right now? How many people are at Twin Cities Airsoft? Like, oh, there's only 20. Oh, that's good. I'll go. There's 100. Oh no, that's too many. Like, I would love to see a rolling tally. That's more on the fields. I don't see a way for us to facilitate anything like that. But would streaming from the games be interesting to anybody? Like, we're gonna do it anyway. We don't. David doesn't care what you think.
I don't. I don't. Right in the middle of, I'm gonna go to Big Lake and sit right in the middle of Village and set up a table and start streaming. And as you walk by, you may or may not get shot in your ass.
There's a DMZ. You can be the DMZ troll. Streaming from the woods. Thomas like, don't ruin my game, David.
David will be like, hey. I won't call you out if you give me a 5 under the table here.
Oh, we could start a trend here.
Can I be?
And that's an interesting question. Like
Saturday.
All of you and so in this room is actually probably is a good discussion. Like, how far ahead do you plan for games? Like, Thomas, you're in the zone where you're like organizing. So you've been doing this you've been organizing games since last year. But as a player, like, how far out do you try to plan?
Oh man, for me, maybe like at least 2 months in advance, maybe 3, like a quarter. Yeah, exactly.
Because you have a new house, freshly married, right? So like you've got your life.
Yeah.
Life is a thing for you as well.
Yeah, not married yet. So
not married.
That'll be
sorry.
August. I know.
Okay, good. So I'm not releasing anything that.
No ring yet. No ring yet.
Yeah, okay. No ring on that finger.
Wait. What happened Saturday? No, never mind.
Don't start.
We got married.
What happens at Sheboygan stays at Sheboygan.
Yeah, what happens there stays at Sheboygan.
No, I think Alex Paterakis is an ordained minister. I don't know if that's true, but Alex, if you're listening to this, you should become it because you have the best hair. I would totally let you, marry me.
Yeah.
Whomever wants to.
Fun fact is, so am I.
Are you really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Now this is going to turn into a religious war. Alex, David, how far are you guys planning ahead? Like, I know Alex and I are actually planning a lot of things. We have been encouraging David to be thinking for the fall. We're hoping to already schedule October games for him. Okay, there you go.
I believe it's on my list. I scheduled December. I started probably October of last year, kind of getting ideas, and then I released my tentative schedule in December. So I planned the whole 2026 season into 2027. Now, open plays I plan just whenever. But my big games, I planned, all already, for the year that financially, if they work, I will be going to them.
Finances is one of the big things, right? Like, I think it's your level of play, what you start to get into, but finances always is going to be playing a factor into this.
That's why you don't buy gear. You just run.
That's why
like
you
me.
just run Condor.
Yep, and
And then you pay
can go
for-
to all of them.
Didn't you
Unless
know
you're single,
Condor
and then
is
you
now
can do both.
sponsoring the stream? Didn't you know that?
Gosh, Condor! Shout out to Condor. We're looking forward to having you sponsor us for Con next year.
Yep.
I am. Yeah.
Alex gets a royalty check every time he mentions it.
Monthly giveaways. Again.
Can you imagine? What about a monthly giveaway?
Oh, man.
You know, that's not a bad idea that maybe we could start to get into. Someone else also said, so Sugarboy Airsoft said, hey, it'd be interesting if you actually did live interviews. We could just do regular video interviews too and be like, hey, how do you like the games? I think that's something that's interesting. And so I think David and I and Alex will start to think about that more when we go out. Like we have camera gear. Our phones are good enough for this too. But, you know, it's one of those things, right? Like, because we're always trying to be I am always trying to be politically correct.
You are.
I already swore twice
I'm
on this.
trying to be good now that I'm associated with the great and almighty game.
Yeah. Well, and this is where, again, I'm planning to go to AMS's game. The last time I was there, I was not politically correct. I might have had words, but it won't happen. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to make promises I can't
No,
keep.
don't.
But
yeah.
either way, I'm trying to be good.
Is that locked in? AMS this year?
I am going to say yes.
Okay.
It wasn't on my original list, but there's enough other people going. And that, so Alex, so my view on Northern Front is, again, AMS is a national game that's within our 3.5 hour sphere of travel. I love the action sports guys. Paul and Chris are dear friends of mine. I still have to pay for the game.
Yeah, I know.
But like,
yeah, come on now. Like we're the live stream here. We're famous.
Yeah. But I want to go to support the Minnesota players who are going, as well as play some friends who I haven't played with in a while. So that's why I've been asking people, who are you playing with? Just because I'm trying to get some consensus on where people are going. I am going to go what is it? CDF,
Tan.
UFS.
Tan.
I'm going to go TAN.
All right.
Not because I necessarily...
I thought CDF was civilian.
That is, but CDF and UFS are basically the same team based on how the tickets are being sold.
So are you doing CDF?
I mean, I don't own regular pants. So if they let me wear shorts, I'll be CDF, but I do own
Let's
tan.
spray paint them blue.
Or my spray paint my legs. We're not going to get into body painting. That's a different, again, that's only soft.
That's on
and you
only
have
soft.
to subscribe for that.
Ooh.
Yep.
You have to subscribe for that. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm planning. So I know Rich is going CDF. I know some other guys said they're going CDF. I know Paul. I'm not sure if Chris from AMS or I'm sorry, Action Sports Wisconsin, but I know Paul said he was going to go TAN. So again, if I get to go and hang out with friends, that's ultimately what Airsoft's about, right? Like we want to throw grenades and we want to blast people, but
Fried chicken.
eat fried chicken and water slides.
Hey, and camping,
ultimately it's about hanging.
Camping opens on Thursday.
I am not camping.
You can come hang out in the tent.
I will come hang out.
The canopy,
more,
the canopy tent, not my personal tent. That's that's only soft.
He prefers the Hilton.
Yeah.
So I was actually originally, so there was a MAA TAC pack. Like I originally wanted to try to organize a bunch of Minnesota players to go all one side. I kind of did that it wasn't just me. There was a lot of Minnesota players who all tried to be cost last time we went, and we did. And that was part of, and again, I don't need to rehash this. We did very well. We did very well as a unified team. It's because over half that team knew each other. So we communicated really well. That part of the game was wonderful. We dominated. I'm not trying to organize anything that deep. If I get to shoot at my friends this year, I'm perfectly as happy with that. So I hope to see some people at Northern Front. Alex, if you want to go, I don't think anyone else from our side of the world is going to go. Our crew is going to go. But I'm going to go. I'm going to go have fun. Yeah, I know you guys are going. Are Patrick or Franklin going to go? Night Stalker's going to make a presence too?
I am not sure yet. They would be going green though, because that's all they own is 100%. Green. And so I understand. I would go tan in that matter and shoot at them.
And shoot them. Tan or civilian, right? Again, I don't own jeans. If I do, I don't put them on. So, although I did realize, and I apologize to everybody, I have like 4 pairs of multicam pants. I just realized, and I'm like, where did these all come from?
Who'd you steal them
My
from?
M80, my M81 fan base is going to really hate me on this one, but in fact, I have not played green in a while. So we talked about live streams a little bit. Like, scheduling is always part of our issue. And Thomas, again, where we're going to start going with this is if people want to join us. At some point, there's maybe too many chefs in the kitchen, but like, if you're ever like, hey, I'd love to come in and just talk about, like, I'd love to do an AAR next week. How did Fallout go? Right? Like, if you have time for something like that, keep that in mind. But like, I would love to set a regular schedule to some degree for these live streams, just so we can, and work happens. Like David had some other work issues this evening, but if we can say, hey, we're going to do live streams on Wednesday. It so happens that it wasn't Alex Cobra. You watched it was like Dead Man's Airsoft, right? Was hosting a stream for Stonebreaker, but it wasn't Third
I don't know.
Coast.
I just saw a blip live. I clicked on it, and
Okay.
they just talked about Stonebreaker. And,
but they did talk about Stonebreaker predominantly. Like, we're not necessarily competing because how can anyone compete with us? We're so great. But generally speaking, Wednesday's the middle of the week. It seems like a pretty decent day to do live streams. But does Wednesday work for other people? And then looking at the 17,000 people now in chat. Is that something that people are like? Wednesdays are good. Like Friday, the weekends, people are playing, people are prepping. So we are also doing that. So we don't have time. But
Yeah. I think Wednesday is right smack dab in the middle of the week. Worst comes to worst, you're just, depending on if you're going to a big game, out of state or something, you might. I know my Wednesday night is usually my relax night, and then Thursdays turn into get ready for a big game.
Yeah.
Night, because you leave Friday morning usually or late Thursday night. I know the week of Sky Shield, we're going to Duluth Thursday night first.
Yeah. Pick up Frank. Wait.
Yeah.
Is Franklin in Duluth?
Well, no, Fargo-ish.
Fargo. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
There's no hope for him then.
No,
I can't help him.
There's never been. He's not even watching the stream right now. He's visiting his parents.
How dare he?
Damn meta man.
He should be introducing his parents to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, Franklin's parents.
Yeah. Hi, Franklin's parents. We are the best influence. David, you did a Project Echo After Dark after
Sheboygan Saturday night. Yep, Saturday night. Accidentally didn't realize it was set to private, so only the people with the link got it. But hey, we still had I think 10 people show up for that. 10 or
I was looking
10,
later and like the
000.
link was gone. Like, this is no longer valid. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What happened during this stream that they
well, the camera died twice. Again, that's
Franklin was talking. That's what happened.
Oh my! So did you see the? Yeah, let's that.
Yep.
It turned into.
He was very special.
He was very special.
I wasn't trying to figure out what he was watching in his VR headset.
He was watching
no judgment
the stream. He was
from
watching
a
the stream.
single man, but sure, that's what I would have said too. You all look great.
He kept casting it to the freaking. He kept casting it to the TV, and it was funny. So I was trying to see if I could find something here real quick for everybody who didn't see it. Where is that picture?
Oh yeah.
Where is that?
How long was it?
We streamed for probably like 2 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I think so.
It got split.
I had it on the background.
It got split into 2 different things. A few people joined in. We're talking. Blondie couldn't figure out how to use YouTube.
He's always special.
and so
He is.
Yeah, Blondie couldn't figure out how to use it, so she was just Facebook messaging me while we were.
What? Like,
So
this is where. Hey, I'm in the middle of stream. Stop chatting me personally while I'm trying to run a stream.
She's like, I have questions.
Yeah,
She's
right.
like asking questions through my Facebook Messenger because she couldn't
So you
figure. So she's probably
you need a
watching
producer
this
of your
stream.
own.
Yeah,
Oh man.
she's probably watching this one right now and not able to chat because she still can't figure out how to I didn't put that.
She's Facebook messaging Gabe now, so
It's so funny.
I guess I
I,
didn't
I
put
will
that
note
picture.
that one of the things I've determined is if I go to a game, so again, we were all at events. If you're not running a cam on your helmet or a gun cam, it's really hard to step out of playing because that's why you're there and take videos.
yeah.
Like you almost have to get like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, that's why I'm just going to events. Like Alex was talking about how he's going to create a travel kit. Like I have now have a standard ref kit that I'm going to throw in my Jeep every time I go somewhere, whether or not I'm planning to play or not, or ref or not. Like having a dedicated rig is always a good idea. But so many times already, I will go to a game and they'll be like, "Hey, can you help?" And I'm, yes, I will help. But I have found that I'm not always have the right stuff, so I'm trying to just always have that. The same thing's happening for cameras now. Like if I just want to, if people want to see videos, you really just got to concentrate on that. Unless you have like gun cam and helmet cam and
Yeah,
I have all that stuff. I just haven't really leveraged it yet.
Yeah,
So-
it's. I think I found it. Hang on here.
Did you find the funny picture?
Yeah,
no.
properties.
I hit the
browse.
whole start of that where he's just kind of in his own world, which is I knew it was. I liked to. I made stuff up in my head what was actually happening, but it was I was very much like, what the hell, Franklin?
Yeah, he was.
Because I actually think he was also like he was doing this right, like he's looking around, and it was just
He was at one
Mm-hmm.
point. He was boxing or skiing.
Yeah, I saw
And-
that.
oh he said
Yeah, I had it. I was just trying to look for it on my computer, Patrick. For some odd reason, it doesn't want to. It's acting weird and not wanting to load into my computer.
all I'm saying is, Alex, you might need to up your game if Franklin's going to keep. They might. I don't know if there's enough room for 2 goofballs in the Minnesota community. I mean, he's in Fargo, so
Yeah,
Technically,
North
we
North
just-
Dakota community, right? Yeah.
yeah, we can say he's not part of the Minnesota group.
Right? Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. What the? This is weird. Like I save it
Yeah.
in the folder and it's not there.
Yikes.
Likely story. Franklin actually, he's not with his parents. He's actually found a way to make sure that no one actually sees his shame.
Right. It's just
Casted
weird.
his parents to the meta, right? The meta goggles.
He was having a psychedelic trip. I swear to God, some of it did look that way when I was watching it.
Well,
I did laugh out
it was.
audibly.
We were celebrating his 40th birthday. That was on like when or today. Is it today, Patrick?
Oh,
Is it?
we're not going to get into that thing where we're saying happy birthday, but I will say it.
Yes.
And I will say it in Japanese. Otanjobi omedetou gozaimasu. Franklin-chan.
Gesundheit.
This is what happens when you
That's
take
the
8
idea.
years of Japanese.
Yeah, that's really weird that this thing.
Technically
does
still lives in Minnesota. Well,
Yeah.
as we're getting for that, if we can find the funny pic, we'll
it.
post
Nah,
the
we're
funny pic.
not. It's just being stupid.
You can see. You know what you should do is you should go find Project Echo Airsoft on YouTube and watch the full Airsoft After Dark live stream.
Yes, because it is now
That's what
set
you should
public.
do.
It is now set to public. So it is
Now
there.
you can actually find it and watch it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it is. It is there. Go check it out. There's a link tree.
Before it gets taken down.
Oh yeah, that's Facebook may
What did you do
copyright
that
us.
would have caused the? Did you play music?
No, I'm saying because MetaMan, Meta Facebook.
Oh.
So his name was MetaMan, and I don't ask me what's going on here, but
Well, now you're getting us in
OBS
trouble too. Then
yeah,
Just some
OBS
reference.
does not like the picture. It will not let me import it into OBS.
thank you, OBS.
I guess we can go to.
OBS,
Wow.
you're our only hope.
It has to be the only hope. It's really weird that it's not. Whatever. OBS is acting weird today, anyways. It won't let me resize things, but
Well,
so,
yeah.
you can see the
So
picture
be
because
it.
I show it during the
Yes.
the picture that I wanted. Where actually I made a mock-up for patches now, MetaMan patches.
Did you in the same sense that we did our other
Yes.
Airtism patches?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
So
good.
I did share it to the Project Echo Facebook page. You can see the the patch mock-up and go like it and determine whether or not we should have those made as some patches to give out at some event. Maybe that'll be the monthly giveaway here and there. We'll start giving out
Like-
Meta Man patches.
People like free swag.
Yeah. Can we make a fruity airsoft patch?
I mean, here's the thing. We can go offline. There's so many terrible things. Here's why I'm just going to say this right now. You will not find me doing AI, but David loves it. So if you need something created, Caleb, who I don't think he's watching right now, Caleb also loves to use the AI mostly for things that are terrible, which I respect, which is also why I'm not going to do it. But
Are you sure?
in fact, I will. I will note. Not for anything that I'm going to put on these streams.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Those are
I'm a nice.
soft.
Yeah. Again, I have a whole other alternate revenue source that I'm considering at this point. I will once again point out that someone was like, "Hey, you look great in that. You look great in that thumbnail for the video from Con," and I was like, "Oh, I know I did." That was AI, people. AI cuts off 20, 30, 40 pounds and a chin.
Just look at the new AI
John looked
generated.
good. John looked pretty pale. But John is also, to be fair, John, I love you. You're also pretty pale. So
Here's the new AI created, Minnesota Airsoft Association logo. You guys will see it on the stream here in a second if you're watching.
no, I think it's good, and we'll start posting that. We're trying to, again, we are not polished. We are trying to be just a little bit more clear what we're trying to do. So again, as all of you out there in the interwebs, if you have ideas and you want us to try stuff, let us know. We are your canaries in the coal mine. If you have a wackadoodle idea, send it to Thomas, and I guarantee you he will implement it to a game.
Yep. That's
Maybe
what I
not
first game
this year.
started with.
Hey, wild ideas turn into great ideas. But I also
They do.
that I was trying to explain the concept of good idea, bad practice. So you might have a great idea, but it might be impossible. Just be aware of that. Good idea, bad practice is a thing,
Yep.
people.
I want to implement a grenade only game.
I will play that game.
No, pistol shotgun, man.
Pistol, shotgun, grenade.
Ooh.
Sure.
Ooh.
I will say a long time ago, they did do a post-apocalyptic game. That was a pistol shotgun
That was that
sniper
big lake,
rifle
right?
game.
Was that
Yeah, that was a big
run
lake.
by the
I
bad
think
bad
so,
goat
yeah.
before they were bad goat with McLean?
Yeah, it was the Dolph team
Dolph
Dolph.
guys. Yeah, Dolph guys. Yeah.
And that was probably one of my favorite games. Like they had props and they had like they had a bunch of canned food and rice and like water bottles and you had to collect it all. Pistol shotguns only. It was pretty awesome.
This is coming, so Thomas,
And you
this
dressed
is
the part too.
this is a good transition to where we're going. Is that game that Alex is talking about was logistically probably a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Like that was a labor of love for the Dolph guys to make a Mad Max type event.
Yeah, that real Mad Max.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Like that's the kind of stuff. So as you're looking at your game organizers and you have an idea and you pitch an idea and you're thinking it's solid, consider the logistics. Like you should do a game where everybody only has 10 BBs. Okay. Like the logistics of that are not as easy as you might think.
Just go to AMS and go get 20 more. Ain't their games 30 round capped or something like that for certain ones?
No.
Mm-mm.
They do the whole you can't reload on field thing though.
Right. I was listening to who was it? Zulu 47 or whatever. Their podcast today. Because they have a game coming up shortly here in, I don't know, some random state. And they're implementing a lot of those rules. No reloading on, only in, you have to actually set up a reload area on the field by getting certain items together. And that's the only place you can reload magazines at.
And I mean, those kinds of games, I think, are a hell of a lot of fun if two things are possible. You have good referees and staff, and you trust the players.
Right.
Because all that takes is one player who's going to cheat like doesn't, that's not living in that environment, and that ruins it all.
I will agree 100% on that. Yeah.
So, well, let's start to close down. Where are people going to be this weekend if they want to see us? Maybe talk about the future things we're going to do. Maybe win some swag. Maybe find some swag. Alex and I might have the new Poppins patches that we'll give to people if they're cool. If you're lame,
come find me. I'll give you a patch.
Alex will do that. I have other things I'll make you do, but that sounded terrible, by the way.
Ooh,
Where are people going to be this weekend?
Only soft.
Yeah.
Just don't burn his patch.
Well, I mean, we know. Yeah.
We know where Thomas is going.
Too soon. Someone just mentioned that too. Someone just mentioned the burning patch, beat up a child thing earlier today. Well, we know where Thomas is going to be. Thomas is going to be at Big Lake Tactical on Saturday, running his event Fallout. So he got no choice.
Patrick said
he's
got to be there.
If you want to see this ugly face, right? Go to Fallout. If you want to see a beautiful face,
he wears 15-pound plates while he's roughing. I don't know if that's true, but maybe
probably not for that event. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
David, what are you planning on doing?
I'm going to be everywhere this weekend. I am going to probably go out to Crossfire for opening day for a little bit. I will then venture down to harass Thomas at Big Lake, and then to the airport, and then probably back to Thomas. And then
because you live in that area, so that for those that don't know, it's easy for him to go back to Big Lake.
I'm 15 minutes from the field. I'm 15 minutes. I'm lucky. And then Sunday I will be out at Champion Valley, reffing / videoing. Maybe I'm setting up a live stream in the middle of the field and seeing.
David, I'll talk to you about that because maybe some of the footage I want to really release some of the footage I did, the shorts, just so we have it available so people can kind of figure out how to play that on Sunday. I see Peter the leader is getting his permit to carry. Congratulations. What county are you in? Will it be a terrible task, or will it be easy for you? Alex, you're going to be back in town. So again, Alex, for those that don't know, he travels a lot for work, so he's not around much. That's why he didn't play much last year, and why he's really got a plan to play this year. Alex, what are your plans?
I just play the national games.
Oh, Mr. National. Oh, Mr. National player.
Okay, Dave, who's the guy who tags along?
Oh, now you're his tag along. Shots fired.
Just to be clear, some person is always a replacement for. Who's they a replacement for? Some would say Caleb. Some would say Rude. Like you all have. I'm a finicky person.
No, I plan on stopping by your place.
Yeah,
giving you some stuff. Probably have my daughter with me.
So I guess we're hanging out at Gabe's house.
Then I'll probably go.
With the grenades
I don't know.
on.
I was thinking about stopping by one of the fields.
After dark at Gabe's house.
I don't know yet. I was, if we want to make a trip out to Big Lake, I would do it. But it's like we're already at Big Lake. Why not just go to Crossfire?
Well, and so like maybe we should talk.
Gameplay will probably be better at Crossfire this weekend.
I'm gonna go to Crossfire. I am gonna plan to do a little shooting and just hanging out. I'm gonna try to. We're supporting all the fields this year, everybody. So we are neutral. Relatively, we are a neutral party. We want every field to do well. So I'm going to try to help promote Crossfire. I'll be there for opening Saturday, but just for a little while. Then I'll probably head to Fallout at Big Lake Tactical just to kind of see how things are going. This might end up being the news crew might just be shifting all around. And then for me on Sunday, just because it matters for both Alex and I mentioned it earlier, we're starting to prepare for Stonebreaker, which is in South Carolina. That is a Third Coast Airsoft event. And so I have to go drop off a bunch of stuff to Rich Cudahy, who a lot of people know. We've interviewed him before. He's our squad leader for Baker Squad for Western at Stonebreaker. And we're just sending, right now it's 3 cases of grenades and 1 full case, which is 200 Mark Vs.
I think we should do a video of our arsenal before we go.
I mean, none of my stuff's ready yet. I think just saying that we're bringing 4 cases, which is, 400 grenades,
Is that
and I
the-
feel like we
is
should
that
probably
the
bring more.
ATF
Well, not only
calling?
that, we're bringing all of
I
our
think the ATF is
launchables.
calling.
And we are bringing our launchables. We are sending all our launch. Like I'm trying. So Alex and I fly usually to play, which is very hoity-toity, but also means we can't bring as much shit. Third one. So we try to send our tanks. Like I don't know, you're gonna send your tanks with Rich this time?
I'm bringing them with me. It doesn't
Okay.
really bother me.
Okay, it bothers me, and it bothers me that you do it. It just
Why?
it's a stain. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. But like we're gonna send some stuff with Rich, so I got to go start doing that. So this is me planning 2 weeks out, bringing stuff to someone who's leaving, who's going to be driving to South Carolina. Nope, I have zero interest in that.
I'm driving
You
to
drive to Texas, dude.
I'm driving to the Texas game.
Nope.
Nope.
We'll let you do that. No,
Florida.
we're gonna fly.
Florida in December. I'm driving to that one.
Well, you can leave
Still
2
no.
days.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna still fly. If I go to Florida, if I go to that or Louisiana, is that the other one?
Yeah, Louisiana's the
Here's
mall.
other.
Yeah. Yep. Is in Louisiana in January.
On Premiere?
Yeah, Mirrors.
Yeah, Mir has their Louisiana game. I don't know when the dates are for it. I don't know. I just want to go to Louisiana.
Either
I wanna
are
go
you
to New
going
Orleans.
for the food.
So let's find a game in New Orleans because I mostly just want to eat. In
The
New Orleans.
the mall game is 22 minutes from downtown New Orleans.
Yeah, we could probably Uber there from the
You could.
airport.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
or we could just not. We could say we're going to the game and end up just eating the whole time.
Make a presence at the game. Hi, we're here. Shoot a video and go eat.
Yep. Or bring beignets to the game and be like, "These are so good, we're going back."
Or DoorDash. We could have them DoorDash. We're at the mall. Come bring us food and
Come bring us food. I'm pretty
make sure
we
to
can
wear
make
your
that happen.
iPro.
Yeah. Meet us outside.
Yeah.
Well, so it sounds like we're mostly going to be on the northern side of the cities today. So David will be Champion Valley on Sunday. No one in this crew probably is going to make it to Twin Cities Airsoft this weekend. I already have kind of queued up for next weekend what's coming. I think next weekend, probably the big thing is. Oh no, actually, it's funny. Next weekend, and it'll be a very quick video. So David, if you want to do it, it's really easy. Everybody just has open sessions next weekend. There's nothing specifically, no high intensities, no
Iowa open
special
this
games.
weekend or next weekend?
Iowa opened last weekend, actually.
Oh, did they? Oh, that's right. Yep, that's right. I remember
Yeah,
that.
and they don't run every weekend.
Yeah.
They have a more scattered schedule. So, I'll be honest, I did their season opener. I don't know how often I'll include them. If I see their stuff, I will put that in, especially for our Southern Minnesota, Northern Iowa fans, of which, as I'm looking at the schedule, that's at least 1,000 of our 18,000 people who are with us. So, but we're trying to spread news. Alex, as you're in Nebraska, I honestly feel like you should be sharing that. Like, I don't know anything about Nebraska Airsoft, so I'd love to get some more information. I'd love for you to shoot a video like, hey, I'm out here, and see how they are. Are they welcoming to a Filipino?
Well, we know AI wasn't welcoming to to you.
Is he frozen right now?
No. Oh, he might be. Someone screenshot that. He is done for. Print screen.
He's done. Yeah,
Print
he had enough
screen.
of the shenanigans. Someone's working on their mud truck. Is that mud truck going to end up being a technical that I can shoot at later?
No,
At a
but it
future
is going to
event?
have a giant Project Echo logo on the side.
Oh, there you go.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
We hurt
He's
Alex's
gone.
feelings.
So
well, he might
no,
join us again.
Project Echo, I think, is going to be sponsoring said mud truck.
Oh, look at you, man! Look, you
Ooh.
are trying to get diversify.
I'm trying to get
Man.
somewhere.
I'm trying to get somewhere.
Well, on
Oh,
that note,
wonderful.
check out the merch site.
You should pitch it. There is a merch
Pay
site.
for a mud truck.
Check out any of our socials. There's a link tree on the link tree. There is a merch site. We got shirts, hoodies, t-shirts, Crocs. I put Crocs on there. There is Crocs on the merch site.
I know you did.
You're gonna buy a
shame.
pair, aren't you?
No.
No.
I wanna get the,
how about the Project Echo underwear?
That's what
That I
I'm
would.
getting.
No, that's actually
I
now
would get
I'm
that.
pretty picky about it, but because if you get enough people to have those, there could be like a night mission where
Yes.
everybody just wears those.
And a plate carrier and those and a helmet.
Because so the MAA, I have not approved this with the board yet, but we're gonna do crop tops.
Okay.
Ooh.
So if we have crop tops and Project Echo
Underwear.
I would go panties, but you know, you want boxers, whatever. I'm not gonna judge.
I can do thongs. I can do thongs for you.
I mean, when you say you could do thongs, you can make thongs. I don't know if you can do thongs.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna put that out there.
I could do. Hey, David, I'll wear a multicam thong on the field. There you go.
Banana hammocks. This stream is clearly off the rails now, which is good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
It's good that
we've had the most
show our
viewers.
true
We have
colors.
the most viewers. We're at 14 million right now.
For those that don't know, this is what happens when Alex leaves. When Alex is not the calming, controlling member of our streaming team, we all go a little bit crazy.
So he's
We need the
commenting
supervision.
as Minnesota Airsoft,
I saw that.
tagging
This is what
himself
happens
in
whenever-
theory.
Oh,
Lordy.
what a wonderful community.
Oh.
Oh man.
But
Peter
yeah,
the leader is actually working at station. Is this after you're getting your permit to carry? Peter?
yeah, he's there part time.
Oh, I know Peter. Yeah,
Peter,
yeah. I
he
know
was
Peter.
at con. He was working the.
Yep.
He was working at
Yep,
the booth
I
at the
remember-
con.
I met Peter. Good dude.
But yeah, I will say, if you want more Sheboygan content, I'm slowly but surely running through everything, editing it right now. So make sure to find the link tree on any of my socials. It's not hard to find. It's just Project Echo Airsoft. And you can find that at the merch store. And there are links to all the allies of ours. So MAA, Night Stalkers, Thomas's game might be on there. I don't know.
Yeah. So you're going to see some content from David. You're going to see some content from me from Champion Valley. If you want to see some content for something, let us know. If you want to share some content, if you want to work with us to help spread more information, please reach out to us. We'd love to have more contributors. Again, from David and my point of view, and I won't speak on Thomas's behalf, but all we're trying to do is bring the community together more. You know, give all of you more information. Even the stuff you don't want to hear about us and banana hammocks. But either way, that's what we're here for, guys. I mean, yes, we're having fun, but we're really trying to see what we can do to elevate the experience of Airsoft in the Midwest in 2026. Woo!
We
That's a
want
t-shirt.
people from all over the country to be like, those guys from the MAA and not the Mississippi version.
Yeah, those weird guys. Yeah.
More. Hey, I had a few tan people and green people come up to me and say like, no, not me. No. But yeah, and so it's good to see that people are interacting with our content, especially here.
And to be clear,
on
that's
this
not a
channel.
racism comment.
I didn't do it. Wasn't me.
Brown and green people. That sounds a little speciesist to me, man.
Yeah. Well,
You heard it
whatever.
here first, Airsoft community, all 10 of you.
15.
10,000.
Yeah, I'm so there's so many zeros now, I can't tell.
Yeah, it's just off the screen. It's just 100%.
If I just retire because of this is fine too.
we can well, that's what we're trying for. Retire, retire. while
Airsoft
playing
is not a money-making venture. I'll go out on a limb for any of you who don't know that already.
No, anything I make just gets shoved right back into the community.
Yes. If you haven't heard Darren from Twin Cities Airsoft talk about his investment scheme or investment plans, it's whatever money I make on the field, I just put back in the field. It is cyclical money for most of us who do anything Airsoft related. It is a labor of love for most people, and that's great because we all love Airsoft. So let's close out the evening. David, anything you'd like to say to the community?
I would just like to say I give props to the tan team this last weekend at Sheboygan. I want to say thank you to all of my green teammates, all of my Project Echo teammates, Night Stalkers, and the random guy Thomas who played on our team. And Yeah, who? Thomas, this random guy down here. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was just a pretty face to shoot at.
I was carrying you guys, okay?
Well,
my
yeah,
back
we-
hurts still from
yeah.
a weekend.
But I'd just like to
so,
say
those
I
touch the plate.
appreciate
yeah.
everybody, and thank you for everybody who came and talked to me, and new friends, old friends, and I just want to say, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, helps the algorithm.
Absolutely. Thomas, anything you'd like to say to the community? Close out.
I guess, Saturday at Big Lake, be there or be square. That's all I have to say at that point. So,
Operation Fallout, people.
Yep, Operation Fallout. It'll be a great game. Running it, doors open at 10. Game ends at I think about 5:30.
And Thomas claimed he is promised. He is running on schedule, people. So
Yep.
don't dither.
Yeah.
Look at
no
the-
dilly
look at the-
dallying.
Look at the PDF. Know the PDF. Live the PDF. Be ready to play. Please, BLT players, be ready to play.
Yeah, exactly. Whether it's 5 people out or 500 out in the field, I'm starting it at 11.
I love it. I love it.
Yep.
Hold to new
So-
standards.
I know.
And I will say thank you to everybody. As always, it's good to see all of you. If you have feedback for us, again, I am the weirdo who loves feedback. If you have any feedback for us, please let us know. Like and subscribe. We are just trying to increase our presence. Share this with your friends, because so many nuggets of knowledge and of helpfulness is what you saw tonight. So looking one more minute to see if there's any questions.
I just see Patrick talking crap to Thomas, so that's
That's
good.
fine. That's good. Also, people were calling
They
you
saw
out
my-
specifically,
yeah.
David. Jump out of live stream to look at the private Discord.
Yeah, I
Come
looked
on,
at it.
people. We're working here.
They screenshotted Alex frozen. I'll share it with you later.
We will share it. No, we'll share it everywhere.
Okay,
Because
yeah,
frankly,
Yeah.
no, that's good. He did make another video of him acting goofy. This is his goofy acting for the rest of us.
Yeah.
All right. On behalf of Alex, who can't be with us, David, and our guest Thomas tonight, thank you, everybody, Minnesota Airsoft community, Midwest Airsoft community. We will see you next week with who knows what, but it'll be interesting. This is Gabe from the Minnesota Airsoft Association signing off. Are we playing disco?
Yes.